Hello everybody, and welcome to Greenville Public Access TV. The Wave Channel 5 is today. Videographer Nick Schmidt and I, Alex Warner, take a flight around Darke County here in a Cessna 172 Skyhawk. We've done this twice in the past. It's been as recently as about 4 years ago we went up and mainly spent time flying around Greenville and Wayne Lakes. Today we're going to take a tour around the entire county here. This is the day after Thanksgiving here, so this is November 23rd of 2018. And I have a nice sunny day, a little breezy, but I think the flight will be fairly smooth. We're going to take off from Versailles Darke County Airport here on runway 9 on an east heading. We're going to start by flying over Versailles and then work our way down Bradford, Gettysburg, cross over Greenville on our way down to New Madison, then come back through Arcanum, Pittsburgh, back over Greenville to Ansonia, Union City, and then land hopefully back here in one piece at Darke County Airport. Nick's gone with me, as I said, twice before, so hopefully he'll survive the third time here. We've had a lot of good response to these last two we've done as far as flying over Darke County, and we certainly hope you enjoy today's trip as we take this 1965 140 horsepower Cessna 172 Skyhawk up over the skies of Darke County. Nick and I'll be back in just a minute as we get ready to taxi out and take off. And I guess as the airplane captain says, sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight around Darke County. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. This is your Captain Alex Warner along with videographer Nick Schmidt. And we're here at the west end of the runway at Versailles Darke County Airport. And we're going to be taking off to the east on runway 9. The reason we're taking off to the east is because the wind's out of the southeast, and you always take off with the wind in your face to give you a little better chance of liftoff and everything. So we're going to line up on the runway here, and we'll be underway shortly. Just sit back, as I said, and hopefully enjoy today's flight. Like I said, we have a little wind out of the southeast, and so we have to kind of line up with the airplane into the wind, and so we fly a straight line over the ground. We're going to go up to about 800 feet here as we leave the airport, and then we'll go on up to about 1,500 feet. Now, that's 1,500 feet above ground level. Since Darke County Airport is basically 1,000 feet above sea level, we'll be flying at plus 2,500 feet. Make a little bank here. We're going to come in over the town of Versailles. Right now we're about 550 feet above the ground. Continue our climb, but we're going to go over Versailles first as we start the first of the figure 8 around Darke County here today on November 24th, 2018. Have a nice clear sky. Visibility is 10 miles with high ceiling, very few clouds in the sky. Darke County Airport has been located up here at what was Spiller's Field since the late 1960s. It's a 4,500-foot long runway, and as most of you are aware, just recently had repaving done, restriping, quite a bit of improvement made to the facility up here, and turned into quite a nice airport. Hopefully bigger planes and more businesses will be flying in here. We're going to go up another couple hundred feet, get to about 2,500 feet. Again, that's 1,500 feet above ground level as we start to bank over Versailles, Ohio. Unfortunately, we're turning into the sun, so hopefully you'll be able to see here. We're going to depart Versailles we're going to head down over Stillwater Ridge Golf Course, and then go over Bradford, and then loop back across Gettysburg on the way back into Greenville. Had about an 8 to 10 mile an hour wind out in the southeast here, and going to level off here at 2,500 feet. The runway out in the distance, Nick's kind of pointed out to the west, and you see the runway of Darke County Airport out there. We climbed out about full horsepower, about 2,500 RPMs on this 140 horsepower engine. Now we're going to cut it back to cruising speed here. We're going to pull that back to maybe 2,300 RPMs. And our cruising speed will be around 110, 115 miles an hour. Of course, we're headed southeast, so we're into the wind, so we won't make quite as good time over the ground. Once we get the wind at our back, we'll probably be going about 120, 125 miles an hour. Down here is the Stillwater Ridge Golf Course. A lot of people have played there before. Little hamlet of Webster off to the right. A little cool this morning, about 37, 38 degrees when we got the plane out of the hangar, but for a 1965 Cessna 172 Skyhawk, it started up right away. I think the old plane got going a little bit better than the old man behind the controls did here today. Anyhow, again, hope all of you had a good, happy Thanksgiving with family and friends, and started the holiday season here. Now you're going to see some puffs of smoke at different places. One of these coming up ahead is looks like somebody's burning some brush, and then you're going to see out in the distance the steam vapor coming off the Cargill plant, making the ethanol off the bypass south of Greenville. Straight ahead, we're coming into Bradford, the Bradford School building out here, as we kind of set a course to follow Route 722 into Bradford. Of course, Bradford, home of the railroaders, and they have that nickname, of course, because back in the late 1800s, through the first 30, 40 years of the 1900s, Bradford was quite the railroad town. One time, if I remember right, we'd done the show earlier, Gene Landis and I, along with Mick, and I think at one time they had almost 60 miles of track and siding inside the city limits. So we're going to be coming in over Bradford here and take a look at a town that's split right down the middle. On the east side is Miami County, and of course on the west side of the main drag is Darke County. Nick a break here in just a minute. He's having to film into some fairly bright sunshine. Pretty soon we'll put that a little bit to the side and behind us. He won't have to squint as much. So we're cruising, like I said, we've cut the RPMs back to about 2,300. And we've leaned the fuel out. That gives us a little better fuel efficiency, a little different mix of oxygen with the gasoline. This flies 100 octane low lead gasoline, and we burn approximately 6 to maybe 7 gallons an hour. I see the gas prices in Greenville today were as low as $2.11 a gallon for unleaded. Well, this is low lead, and aviation fuel like this right now is running just a little over $5 a gallon. So People ask me, how much does it cost to fly? Well, you figure in a plane of this size, it basically runs about $35 an hour just for the fuel alone. So this is Bradford that Nick's filming right now. We're going to follow one of the old rail beds. This is the train line that went from Columbus, Pittsburgh, Columbus, through Greenville, Richmond, on out to St. Louis. And, the famous Y yard here at Bradford, one set of rails went to St. Louis and the other main line went all the way up to Chicago. And it's called the Y yard because when you look at it, you have one rail comes in from the east and then it splits and makes the letter shaped Y as the two lines split off of. Considering it had a 10-mile-an-hour breeze, it's a fairly smooth flight right now. We'll pass over Greenville here after clearing through Gettysburg. And like I said, we'll make two passes over Greenville. We'll do the south side of town first, and then as we come back, we'll hit the north side. Take a look at those new wind turbines out by the Whirlpool plant. We have good visibility today. 10 to 12 miles. We're clear all the way up to 10,000 feet before you start getting a little layer of clouds. We wanted to take this tour of Darke County a few weeks ago when the leaves were in full color, but lack of opportunity as well as terrible weather. And then a short fall season this year. The trees were full color for about a week and then boom, disappeared. And so it looks a little bleak out there and we apologize for that, but we're just unable to get up and take a look when we had the leaves in full color. I will say the farmers have been busy. It looks like about 99% of the crops are off. Every now and then you'll see a stand of corn and maybe a few beans, but other than that, harvesters pretty well over here for the fall of 2018. Down below us to the right is Gettysburg down here. Kind of lining Nick up on that. We've got one window here that Nick's filming out of. It just has a little scratch or two after 53 years of usage. So we had to kind of line him up. So things get a little blurry. It's not the photographer's fault. It's just the way the wind is here on this Skyhawk. Crossed over Route 36 here, passing Gettysburg here on the right wing. We're going to come in over the Turtle Creek Golf Course, and we're going to fly around the ethanol plant and kind of split Greenville in half here. You can see the steam vapor coming off of the ethanol plant, as I said earlier. Some of the pilots around, we refer to that as the Darke County windsock. If you have trouble knowing which way the wind's out of, all you have to do is look for the vapor coming off the ethanol plant. As you can see, it's predominantly south-southeast wind here today. Day for flying these small planes. Like any other prop plane, fly a lot better in cool weather than they do in hot weather. The reason being, in the cool weather, the air is denser and each spin of the propeller is able to pull more air. When you have hot days, the air molecules are further apart. You don't get as much bite with each spin of the propeller, and so, for example, taking off, it takes a little longer to get off the runway on a hot day than a does on a cool day like today. Down here to the side is Turtle Creek Golf Course as we come up on that, and then out in the distance, if you get a chance, you'll probably see the wind turbines out there. About 4 or 5 years ago, I played Turtle Creek Golf Course. I've been a member there for years. From up here, it's almost hard to believe you can't keep the ball in the fairway. It looks pretty wide, but somehow my ball, more frequently than not, finds the rough and finds some trees and maybe some water on occasion. But right now, it looks like anybody and his twin brother can hit a shot right down the middle of the fairways up here. Not much going on out there today. Approaching Greenville here from the east, and like I said, we're going to do the south side on our first pass, and then in about 15-20 minutes when we come back through, we'll take a look more at the north end of town, and hopefully you folks out there watching this might even be able to get lucky enough to pick out your residence or some familiar landmarks out there. Again, just a beautiful sunny morning here. It's supposed to cloud up a little bit later today. That's why Nick and I wanted to get up here. This is about 10:15 on the Friday after Thanksgiving, 2018. Getting ready to cross the bypass. Of course, some of the prominent buildings you see are, of course, GTE, the old Corning plant, as well as BASF. You can see the county courthouse, and when we come back, we'll kind of cruise Broadway, Brethren Retirement Community, and the water tower here in the south end of town, as well as the fairgrounds, and we might be able to get an overhead peek at what remains of the hog barn here, because we had that bad fire about 3-4 weeks ago that totally destroyed what was a prominent landmark on the Darke County Fairgrounds. Distance, if you happen to pick this up on the shot, you'll see another vapor cloud, and that's the ethanol plant over between Union City and Winchester, Indiana. And again, we're only about 1,500 feet above ground level, or 2,500 feet above sea level. Over Greenville and clear as day, you can pick up the ethanol plant vapor clear over almost to Winchester, Indiana. Southwest of Greenville now. We're going to pass over Wayne Lakes on our way to New Madison. Like I say, this is the first time we've taken a complete tour of Darke County and picked up all the villages. Basically, it will be 7 different villages and towns we're going to take a look at. That way, a lot of you folks familiar with not only Greenville, but also some of the other surrounding communities. Out in the distance, you see a little line across here, kind of a gray line on the horizon. It's a little bit of a dividing line between the warmer air starting to come off the ground and the colder air, probably 3,000 to 4,000 feet above the ground. We'll try to stay under it. It's a little bumpy if you go through that. We'll kind of stay below it. Up ahead here, over on the right a little bit, is Fort Jefferson and Wayne Lakes. Cessna 172 Skyhawk, a 1965 F model, has a 145 horsepower engine and has a fuel capacity of about 38 gallons. Of course, the fuel is in 2 fuel tanks, one in each of the wings. This is a high wing plane, which makes it really nice as far as videography is concerned here. Those 38 gallons, approximately 34, maybe 35 are usable. It's all a gravity feed, and again, we burn about 6 or 7 gallons an hour, so basically you can fly about 4 hours, maybe 4.5 comfortably, depending on wind and speed, things of that nature. Wayne Lakes, off to your right. Right now we're headed straight toward New Madison. We'll take a pass over the home of the Tri-Village Patriots here and see what's going on there. Basically just followed Route 121 down southwest out of Greenville. If it was just a little clearer, although I think we probably still can, we can, we're just north of New Madison, and we can make out Richmond, Indiana out on the horizon. steeper the turn, the more back pressure, the more pull you put on the wheel.
Village High School and the water tower, among the more prominent places there in the village of New Madison. As we bring the train around on a heading due east, and next thing will be coming over Arcana. I think on our way to Arcana, what we're going to do is maybe take a look at the Beechwood Golf Course that we play down there. One nice thing as far as piloting under visual flight rules, which is what we're doing today, VFR, visual flight rules. In this part of Ohio and in most of Indiana, the roads, majority of the roads are east-west and north-south roads. So you pretty much know what heading you're on even without looking at your two compasses. One is a magnetic compass and the other runs off a gyroscope. And so anytime you're in this part of the state, again, the majority of the roads are either north-south or east-west roads. Up ahead here, we're going to pass over Beechwood Golf Course. Having a little trouble with the microphone here now. I've got it tucked inside my shirt and it wants to keep falling down a little bit. Anyhow, we're going to make a little bit of a bank now and kind of head our way in to Arcana. Here's Arcanum off to our right. Home of the Arcanum Trojans. Of course, like every school district in Darke County, everybody's got a new building, and Arcanum no exception. bit east of Arcanum and go over Pittsburgh and home of the Franklin Road Jets. Kind of flying parallel to Route 49 southbound here, or really southeast bound. If we went about another 5-10 miles further to the southeast, we'd be getting into the traffic control area for Dayton International Airport. And so since we're flying VFR today and we don't want to interfere with any of the incoming traffic at Dayton International, we're going to stay outside of that area and make our way past Pittsburgh here in just a moment. The two most familiar landmarks in Pittsburgh are the old grain elevator as well as the Franklin Road School building. Well, we're going to head back up here, kind of paralleling Route 49, headed to the northwest, and get back in the vicinity of Greenville. Again, you can see the ethanol plant out in the distance. Radio communication right now. We're on what's called a Unicom frequency, 122.8, and that's mainly for VFR traffic and uncontrolled airspace. If we had continued on down to Vandalia at Dayton International, we would have changed frequencies and gotten in touch with the control tower down there. But out here, most of these small uncontrolled airports like Darke County, Winchester, Pickwick, Sydney, etc., all have no control towers, so you basically have a universal communication or Unicom frequency. That way you can talk to other pilots, mostly when you get close to airports and are entering landing patterns, and kind of gives you an idea of where traffic is and things of that nature. But right now we're just kind of monitoring on 122.8, and again, that's just a universal frequency for uncontrolled flight right now. Right now we're just paralleling Route 49. You can tell there's a little wind at our back here out of the southeast, and we're scooting along about 120 miles an hour and have a little drift, so we're kind of offset just a tad to allow the wind to keep us on a northwesterly course. People a lot of times will ask me,
how long have you been flying? And so I got my pilot's license about 38 years ago, December of 1980, and flew quite a bit, and then had a little break from it, and then after about 15 years got the itch, and so in the last 8-10 years I've put on about another 300 hours or so, something like that, all in single engine land, and that's the 172s and the smaller 152 Skyhawks. Also flown a Cherokee 140 and a 148, or 180 I should say, so have a few hours in. And what we're going to do this time, we're going to kind of swing out west of town and cross over downtown area, and then exit out the north on our way over to Union City and Ansonia, and then we'll set up for our approach into the Versailles-Darke County Airport. We're going to be crossing over the 127 bypass around Greenville here shortly. That's a great marker for pilots. You can see the bypass from just about anything in Darke County airspace. Very distinctive how it shows up with those 4 lanes of pavement. To swing around the fairground a little bit over the Brethren Retirement Community, and then kind of head over Broadway. Getting a good shot of downtown area here, and we'll kind of angle off a little bit and get the high school building and the city park, and out in the distance you'll eventually see the new Greenville school building, some of the shopping areas along Wagner Avenue, and then maybe a little more of an close look at these wind turbine out here that supply electricity to Whirlpool Corporation. As we leave Greenville behind, we're going to kind of angle up here now and work our way to Union City, back over Ansonia, and then we'll get set up for the landing pattern at Versailles-Darke County Airport. Again, things look a little bleak here. You can tell it's late in November. Crops off the field, leaves off the trees, and what grass there is gone dormant. And just kind of a gray picture, but hey, that's typical of November skies here in Darke County. Again, way out in the distance, you'll see a little cloud of vapor, and that's coming off the Winchester, Indiana ethanol plant. We're just getting ready to cross over Route 49 northwest of Greenville here, just a little south of where it intersects with Route 47. Again, we're on a westerly heading, a little wind out of the southeast, and that kind of blows us a little off course, so we have to kind of aim the plane a little to the southwest to maintain that west heading. Surprised today that haven't heard a lot of traffic on the radio. Seems like a pretty nice day. I thought maybe some people would be up flying around today. Haven't heard a whole lot. A few planes. We can pick up planes landing down at Springboro, south of the Dayton Mall. We can hear them down at Oxford, Ohio. We can hear them all the way up through Salina to Van Wert and even over toward the Bell Fountain area. So, but just not a lot of people up today. Well, we're going to make a little bit of a turn here. We've kind of been coming back over and lining up on Route 571 on the way from Greenville into Union City. And as we swing around a little bit, you'll see Union City on the horizon. Hoping the audio is coming through all right on today's telecast. Last two times we've been up, we've had pretty good audio, and so hopefully this comes through loud and clear again today. Again, we here on Wave Channel 5, Alex Warner along with videographer Nick Schmidt. We're at about 2,500 feet above sea level, 1,500 feet above most of the terrain here in west central Ohio, as we make a figure eight and take a look at all the communities that make up the Darke County population. Again, we're just southeast of Union City by about 3 or 4 miles, and we'll take a loop around that. Then we'll follow the railroad tracks back to Ansonia, and then, as mentioned earlier, set up our approach for landing at Versailles Darke County Airport. We've gone from one end of Darke County to the other. Earlier, as we passed over Bradford, a community that was split by the county line. Of course, as we come over Union City, you're going to have a community split by the Indiana-Ohio state line.
Union City, one of those communities, they have 2 wind turbines, and neither one's in action right now. But if you look way out in the distance, out northwest of Union City, and then we can't really pick them up to the south, but you'll see a field of wind turbines. A lot of times, those wind turbines around Lynn, Indiana area, for example, most of those about 250 feet high or so, and blades are about 116 feet, if I remember correctly. But it's amazing how many wind turbines have popped up over the geography of western Ohio and eastern Indiana here in the last 5-10 years. We'll make a little turn here as we cross over Union City and head back to the east. Now, if we continued west from here, about another 20 minutes or so would take us to Muncie and the Muncie Airport, which is a good-sized controlled airfield over there, as well as Anderson. And that's about another 20-minute flight. Takes you in over Farmland, Indiana, past Winchester. Trying to keep nicking the plane here. Put a little more bank in that as we turn into that southeast wind. And we'll roll out of that fairly gently and head to Ansonia. Last of the communities we'll take a look at here on today's tour of Darke County. I want to remind you folks out there that are watching the program, if you don't have the time to watch this entire show in its entirety, if you go on the internet and get on YouTube, all of these programs we've done over the years, as well as all the high school sporting events, can be seen at any time on demand on YouTube. You just simply click on youtube.com and then you search Greenville Public Access Television. Go to the Wave, that's W-A-V-E, Wave Channel 5, and you'll have a complete menu of past shows and programs to select from at any time as you wish. Well, we're kind of following the railroad tracks between Union City and Ansonia here. Of course, those are the tracks that pass on through Versailles on their way east. And we'll be coming in over Ansonia here in just a few minutes. On the wrong side of the plane right now, but we're just passing over Mississinewa High School, and so Nick's filming out the other side, so probably won't get a chance to look at the home of the Mississinewa Valley Blackhawks. We turned the cabin heat off a little bit here. It's starting to get a little warm as we have the sunshine coming in the canopy here on the cockpit of this 172. So we'll turn the heat down a little bit. Start to get just a little chop here as we got a little cross breeze coming up on us. So the camera starts bouncing a little bit. Not Nick's fault. That's one reason we wanted to come up here a little earlier before noon. The winds are expected to pick up a little bit, and the cloud cover is supposed to thicken quite a lot. So wanted to get this opportunity to take this trip and get back safely on the ground before the weather starts getting a little bumpier.
Dead ahead here is Ansonia, home of the Ansonia Tigers. Started to drop a little bit of altitude here. We're down to about 2,100 feet now, about 1,100 feet above ground level, because as we start to set up our approach into the Versailles Airport, there's a specific altitude pattern you have to be at, and we want to be about 800 feet above ground when we enter the traffic pattern for Versailles. So we kind of gradually dropped some altitude here. Again, Ansonia, Ohio, passing by it. We're just off the north end of town. Down here in Ansonia, you can see one of the rail lines branches off, and that's the Corman, R.J. Corman line that comes into Greenville and goes out to the ethanol plant as well as the fertilizer plant. Branches off of the CXS lines here at Ansonia, just west of the Ansonia Lumber Yard. Following Route 47 now out east of Ansonia, and about ready to cross Highway 127, and down to the one side here along the rail lines will be the little community of Dawn, the grain elevator. Going to have to take a second here. Going to call in reporting that we're starting to get close to the Versailles Airport, and so we'll let any traffic in the area know where we are. Darke County traffic, Skyhawk 9-1 uniform, about 3 miles to the west of the airport. We'll be entering pattern for a left downwind on runway 9, Darke County. We've alerted any traffic in the area that we're outside of the airport pattern. We'll be coming into Versailles here in a little bit. And we're going to pull the power back just a tad here. You control the altitude of the plane with power, and you control the speed of the plane with the pitch of the nose. So we're going to drop down now to about 1,800 feet as we start to enter the pattern here at the Versailles Airport. Airport is pretty much straight ahead of us. We're going to cross Highway 47 and also the railroad tracks, and then we're going to parallel the runway. We're going to go downwind
Then we'll make a left turn, and then a second left turn to line up on runway 9 here as we'll land to the east. Well, we made it back in one piece. Had a little bit of a crosswind there, and had to fight a little bit, and that's why usually pilots, we don't talk a lot on our approach to the runways. We want to concentrate on what we're doing, and that little bit of southeast wind coming across there, I had to crab a little bit. In other words, turn the plane in the direction of the wind to maintain our flight routine down the middle of the runway. And so anyhow, touched it down pretty nicely here. You basically land around 55 miles an hour. You bleed off the airspeed. If you heard a little horn or siren in the background, that's the stall warning indicator, and you want to hear that because that basically lets you know you've bled off most of your airspeed and can settle fairly softly on the runway. Anyhow, we're going to taxi back up to the hangar, going to refill the tanks with gas here, and wrap things up here as you watch this show here on the Wave Channel 5, Greenville Public Access Television, and we hope you enjoyed your flight. That concludes today's flight around Darke County in a Cessna 172 Skyhawk
8891 uniform, the tail number on this particular 1965 model. We hope you enjoyed today's flight as we took off from the Versailles Darke County Airport, went over Versailles, down through Bradford, across Gettysburg, made a quick pass over Greenville on our way to New Madison, and then from there we went to Arcanum, Pittsburgh, back over Greenville to Union City, Ansonia, and then safely back here at the Versailles Darke County Airport. Again, you can watch these shows at any time on YouTube as you go to Greenville Public Access TV, the Wave Channel 5. All of these shows and programs can be seen on demand at your leisure. Once again, I'd like to thank videographer Nick Schmidt for braving the flight with me today. On behalf of Nick and myself, Alex Warner, we're glad you could join us. We hope you really enjoyed today and saw some familiar landmarks and maybe even picked up your own residence and sites you're familiar with as we cruised around Darke County here on the Wave Channel 5. Until the next time, goodbye, everybody.